Hello. Okay, the freezer. Most people have a freezer in their house. Some have bigger freezers than others. I don't have a very big freezer. But the freezer is my friend. It isn't a graveyard. So take some time to think about your freezer and the status it's in. I bet loads of you got really tidy freezers and it's not a graveyard at all. So I regularly have to clear out my freezer because there are batch cooked soups and meals that get put to the back and need to be used. But I don't actually know what I would do without my freezer. If I didn't have a freezer, I'd be quite stuck. So I have a drawer that is full of frozen vegetables. I have in there butternut squash. I have frozen parsnips because Simon loves parsnips. I usually have a frozen casserole mix. I have frozen stir fry mix. I have frozen Mediterranean vegetables, which I love. And I get from Asda, my frozen Mediterranean vegetables. They don't always have them in there. So when I get them, I usually buy a pack of 4, but they're on my online shop. So they're always there. I have peas. I have carrots. What else do I have? I think that's about it at the moment. But for, different times of the year, I have different. Oh, I also have my frozen fruit in there as well. So I have frozen berries and banana at the moment is in there. I do also chop up bananas and put them in frozen. So I always have frozen veg because that really, really helps if I want to make some soup. Like I do tomato and lentil soup quite a lot and I whack in loads of veggies. Quite often I roast the veggies in the oven first and then I put them in. Other parts of my freezer, I have, I batch cook whenever I can. So batch cook, I'll cook a dinner for tea and hopefully I'll have a couple of portions left over that I can just pop in a Tupperware, cool down and then put in the freezer. So I'll try and maybe have some vegetable chili, some chili, soup, have it in there. Basically, whatever you're cooking, you can try and just ease off some of the meat and the veg and then freeze it for later. Then your freezer is placed, you can also have meat that is obviously uncooked. And then you have got your protein sources, they're ready to rumble. It might be you've got some ready meals that are there ready that you can use as and when you need to. So the freezer wants to be your friend. I'm actually going to go and tidy up my freezer later on today. Make it your friend, make it a great resource. Be considered about what's in there, that it's actually useful. Get rid of the stuff that has been there for ages and you haven't used it. It's a bit like your clothes cupboard, isn't it? I think people say when you haven't used it for 2 years, check it out. So just go in your freezer, have a bit of a play around with it, see what's in there. And when you're next shopping, have a look in the freezer aisle and have a think about what would be quite useful to put in there. Other things quite useful, things like herbs and garlic. Be really interesting to hear what you have in your freezer. This is just a little intro video to chat about the freezer. So please do share your thoughts as well.